In this module, we'll add sprinting functionality to our player character. We will add input for this to our project settings, and we will update our character movement speed for when this input is pressed and for when it's released. In our first-person player character, we have our input action jump. We want to make something just like that, but then for sprinting. Let's go back to our first-person example map, go to Settings at the top, and then click Project Settings. Here we'll have to go to Engine, and then Input, and there we'll see this. All the way at the top, we see bindings. We see action mappings and axis mappings. We want to open action mappings. Here we'll see jump and fire, reset VR. We'll add a new one. Now we are able to name our new action. Call this sprint. Now we are able to associate keys with this action. I will choose for left shift. If you want to add more, you can add this plus sign and add as many bindings as you want. I'm going to remove this action mapping. And now when we go back to our first person character, you can now find the action event for sprint. Press enter. And there we go. The next part will be very familiar to us. We need to update our character movement speed. So drag it out. Drag out from here. Look for set max walk speed. Copy paste it. Connect. And make sure that when we press it, we update it. And when we release it, we update it again. Let's make sure that we have a variable for the max sprint speed. I'm actually going to duplicate the FP max walk speed. So select it and then Ctrl W to duplicate it. Call it FP max sprint speed. Compile, and we can now give it a value. It also took the value from the max walk speed because we duplicated it. I'm going to set that to 800. Compile and save. All right, let's drag it in. Max walk speed. Get. Connect it to when we release. Let's get the sprint speed. Hold Control to get it. Connect that to when we press it. So now when we press Shift or any other binding that you set up, it will set the max sprint speed as our new max walk speed. And when we release it, it will set our default max walk speed as the max walk speed. Compile, save. We can actually play. Walk around, it's pretty slow. When pressing Shift, you'll see you'll start running. Okay, that's great. It might be a good idea to keep track of the fact if we are sprinting or not. So we'll want to create a new variable for that. And this is going to be a boolean. So I'm going to click the plus variable and it will create a boolean for us. And we'll call this is sprinting. Compile, save. Default is false because by default we are not sprinting. We don't need to make this editable because we don't need to change this for the level instance. But we can drag this out. Hold Alt while dragging it out so we can set it. So instead of holding Alt, you can also drag it out and then say set is sprinting. And we'll connect these up. So when we press, are we sprinting? Yes. When we let go, are we sprinting? No. We might need this in the future. Let's go ahead and select everything. Press C to comment it, and we'll call this sprinting. Reposition that. Okay. Compile, save. Our character can now sprint. In the next module, we will allow him to crouch as well.